Back again with some more gripped media reactions. They just react and talk about the most ridiculous stuff in Irish politics. But today we have Ben Scallan, the legendary Ben Scallan, who's an Irish patriot, talking about the government assessing making non-binary a legal gender. So we all know there's only two genders, male and female. Anything else, you're mentally deranged, in my personal opinion. But now the Irish government, of course, with all their wisdom, want to make non-binary a legal gender. I don't even know what non-binary means. I don't even know what these terms mean. They're made up by the Marxists to distort reality and make you feel bad about yourself, basically.
The Irish government is assessing the potential impact of making non-binary a legally recognised gender, a minister has confirmed. In a recent parliamentary question, Social Democrats TD and health spokesman Padraig Rice asked Social Protection Minister Dara Calleary for an update on the status of the Interdepartmental Working Group on Non-Binary Gender. He also asked for the actions of the group today, the reports produced, and if he'll make a statement on the matter.
So Padraig Rice, looking like a dork right there, 4 eyes. Of course he wants to know about non-binary, just nonsense. You can just tell a lefty by looking at them. You know, plain and simple, you can tell a lefty by looking at them. If they're an ugly girl with nose rings and blue hair, they're a lefty. If they're beautiful, naturally, okay, we're talking about natural beauty, they're right-wing. And if they're a guy, pencil neck dork. Plain and simple. If they have any bit of tenacity about them.
Calleary replied that this process was in fact underway. The review group for the Gender Recognition Act recommended in its report extending legal gender recognition to non-binary people while also recognizing the complexity of the issue and acknowledging that a comprehensive impact analysis must be required.
Bro, what are you saying right now? This is just odd. This is just strange nonsense. I mean, couldn't we use the resources that we have for better matters, like, I don't know, solving healthcare, solving the crime that's gone out of control? It's like Gotham City, the freaks running the asylum. We have a disaster of a country. But instead they're spending it on trivial stuff like this.
June 2025, the government launched the National LGBTQI+ Inclusion Strategy 2, 2024 to 2028. Why? As part of this strategy, my department has committed to progressing the action point to establish an interdepartmental working group to carry out an impact assessment on providing legal recognition for those who identify as non-binary.
What an absolute joke. I would completely dismantle that if I ever got into power.
Added, my officials will engage with the Department of Children, Disability and Equality to progress this matter. The gender...
And you know, I have great sympathy for people that are non-binary, trans, that kind of stuff. I know that's obviously a very tough life and stuff like that. But everybody is the same. Everybody has the same legal rights underneath the regular law. They don't need any more laws against them to help them.
Recognition Act, which was passed in 2015, is the piece of legislation in Ireland that legally recognises someone's gender identity under law. So if someone secures a gender recognition certificate from the Department of Social Protection, they are legally considered to be the gender that they are officially declared as.
They're legally considered to be insane, I would say.
So this has resulted in some infamous high-profile cases, such as that of Alejandro Gentil, aka Barbie Kardashian, a violent biological male who identifies as female and as a result of owning a gender recognition certificate was placed into Limerick Women's Prison among female inmates and guards.
Taoiseach, this week we saw the case of Barbie Kardashian, a violent biological male with a penis. Kardashian threatened to rape, torture and kill a woman, and this individual is now in a women's prison in Limerick among female inmates. So Taoiseach, yes or no question, do you believe that Barbie Kardashian is a woman?
Well, look, I don't know anything about the case yet. So I first saw it reported at the weekend, and I'm gonna have to look into it and talk to Minister Harris about it. I know that a similar situation arose in Scotland, and it was necessary there to change the law to make sure that women were protected. So we may have to consider that, but only heard about this case first at the weekend, so I'd like to inform myself fully before any further comment.
It's always the case with these politicians, Leo Varadkar, Simon Harris, Micheál Martin. It's always the case where they've never heard of it before. I don't know what you're talking about. You're the leader of the country. When there's a massive trending case happening, when there's like the biggest case ever, and you tell me that you only heard about it a day ago, it's just ridiculous. That's ridiculous, guys. That's literally a cop-out. It's straight up ridiculous. That's a cop-out, you know?
Look, in principle, do you believe that violent biological males should be put into women's prisons?
No, I don't, quite frankly. And if the situation that arose in Scotland has now arisen in Ireland, well, then we're going to have to deal with it in a similar way. But, you know, quite frankly, I only heard about this case for the first time in the Sunday papers, and it's an individual case, and I don't want to comment on it in detail until I've had a chance to be briefed on it properly and understand it properly.
But he should be able to answer, like, do you think the psychopath should be in with women? No is the answer. Absolutely not. This guy's a man, and he's going posing as a woman, but he's not, in the women's prison. It's just crazy. You guys lost his marbles. How can you not answer on the fly? Like, a lot of these politicians need like they need like a teleprompter to read off. They need like all these different things. They need a script to read off. Do I agree with this? Should a psychopath be in the women's prison? Sexual predator be in women's prison? He's posing as a man. Yes or no? Yes or no? Like, do they not have a brain? Like, can they not think of answers as they go along?
Government's new proposal, individuals who would also be able to self-identify as non-binary, that is to say, neither male nor female, but a third unspecified gender entirely, and have that recognised by Irish law in the context of criminal justice and workplace discrimination and so much more. Notably, the government has never enumerated how many genders would be covered by this. In 2023, Fine Gael MEP and then Seanad leader Regina Doherty told the Scottish Parliament that there are about 9 genders. When subsequently asked how many genders there were in the government's view, then Taoiseach Leo Varadkar said that the government has no official position on that.
The Gender Recognition Act only recognises 2 genders, while the hate speech bill explicitly refers to more genders than just male or female. Your Seanad leader, Senator Regina Doherty, previously said that there are about 9 genders.
Generations ago, there were 2 genders. You know, there were 2 sexes. There still are 2 sexes, but today I think we probably have about 9 genders. And
she's crazy as well. The whole lot of them are crazy. Put them in mental asylums. There's about 9 genders. How is there 9 genders? Lads, I'm getting sick of this. I can't take much more of this. 9 genders. I heard a lady, I reacted to a video a few years ago. It was like 35 minutes long reaction. She named out like 1,000 different genders. This is ridiculous. Male and female, that's it. Quit with this nonsense bullshit. We need to push back. We need to destroy this. This needs to get destroyed, guys. Like, this ideology, it needs to just leave Dáil Éireann. There is no other ideology apart from male and female.
It doesn't diminish any other gender within the gender identity set.
So, how many genders are there, and can we get the government's official position on that?
Oh, look, there isn't official position on that, but I'm sure that will all be debated in the course of the debates of the Seanad.
Okay,
What a shit answer. That's like the worst answer ever from Leo Varadkar. There's no official position, but I'm sure we'll debate it in the Dáil Éireann. Like, what? What do you mean? You don't have an official answer. You run the country. You run the entire flipping thing. Unbelievable, guys. I mean, these politicians are just snakes. They have no answers for anything when they're actually questioned hard. Whenever they get thrown easy questions, oh yeah, they can just rattle off that easily. Anytime there's any contention or contentious point, they completely crumble like a flippin' apple tart. Everything we're told by this is nonsense. Guys, tell me in the comments down below, do you agree with this or do you not agree with this? Like I said, I have great sympathy for people that are trans, the people that are drag, people that are two-spirit penguins, okay, all of that stuff, right? But I don't care about that, and you can't make it the law. Because when you make it the law, you're basically confirming that people with mental illness are okay, and it's good to be like that, which it's not. You're flipping crazy. I love you all. If you want to support me so I can help support you, all the viewers, because I can't do it without you guys, hit the join link underneath the video. We have 30 members strong, so I really appreciate that. €3 a month so you guys can become a member. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I'll see you all in the next one, man. Peace.